Good morning. Today I'm going to be sharing a practice to help you express through crying. This is going to be a longer video, and I invite you to give yourself the time to practice this, to express. I am called to make this video because of all the horrible abuse, violence, oppression happening in the world, and how it enrages me that crying is such a natural form of expression for humans from our bodies that we've had since the moment we were born. That was the first thing that we did. We cried, and then somewhere along the lines, due to colonization, due to white supremacy ideals, we were told that crying is wrong and it makes us weak. So then we stopped doing it, and we still have all these emotions from day-to-day things, and now even worse with everything happening collectively. And I want us to have that tool to express again. That's why I'm here, trying to help us express in that way. Of course, crying is not the only way to express, but it is something that we don't have to buy. We just have to practice getting ourselves to trust in ourselves, trust in these practices to express in these ways. So I want to invite you to start off by getting yourself to a location that you deem safe enough to try expressing through crying. It could be your room. You could lock it if that makes you feel safe. You could save this video and watch it later when you're somewhere that feels more safe. But find yourself in a setting that you're like, okay, I feel safe enough to practice this. And after that, get yourself into a comfortable position. You decide what that looks like for you. It could be sitting down, laying down, whatever position you're in. I invite you to try to let go of as much as your body weight, any tension that you have, and let that surface support you, whether that's a chair, whether that's a bed. And remembering that underneath any surface there is always the earth. So feeling that support from the earth as well. And now we're going to slow down our breaths, taking a deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Continuing to take slow, deep breaths at your own pace, a pace that feels supportive and you don't have to think too much about. And now I invite you to hold yourself as you take deep breaths. Feel your touch, feel your own presence, feel your own love, feel your own care. Taking deep breaths. And now with the exhale, we're going to hum out like this. And now we're going to do this rocking motion. You can do it forward and back, side to side if that feels good too. But bringing in some sort of movement as you hum out, as you breathe. I invite you to visualize if you've ever, or remember if you've ever seen anybody weeping at a funeral, or even like a movie or a TV show, or if you've ever wept yourself. People often do these motions, right? The forward and back. And now I invite you with the exhale to weep, to make that hum into weeping or whatever sound wants to come out of you. And to start bringing forward all those things that maybe you have put in the back of your mind because you've had to keep going, you've had to work in order to survive. But in this moment, that doesn't apply. And this moment is for you to express. So bringing that forward, those sad visuals that you've seen, or acknowledging what has been happening to our communities by so many colonial entities, whether ICE, whether police, the genocides, all of that. Bring it forward now for you to express, so you don't have to carry it. There's nothing wrong with you feeling these things. This is very natural, and yet still you don't have to carry it. It's not for you to carry forever. So in this moment, expressing, remembering, even saying to yourself, this is so fucked up, this makes me so sad, and keep weeping. Even if there's no tears, trust that your body is expressing through the breath, through the movement. Even by giving yourself this moment for yourself, it's so important as an indicator from you to you that you can have moments like this to express, to acknowledge all the injustices in the collective, or even loss and hardship from your own life. Continue to weep, continue to move, and setting that intention to cry. But I invite you to not set like a harsh expectation that it needs to happen. This is something that you bring back, right? If you're somebody that has a challenge with crying, or maybe you haven't cried in a long time, it is a practice to bring back. Although it's very natural, we kind of have to go over that conditioning that tells us it's wrong or it makes us weak to be able to cry again. And you're worth that time, you're worth that practice. And of course, I'm just demonstrating in this video, but please take as much time as you need. Something that can also help is a warm beverage, whether that's water, tea, to help feel more nourished, feel more warmth, to hopefully open up to express. And I invite you now at the end of this practice, or whenever it is the end of your practice, to think of what you want to do next that will be supportive to you. Whether that's a shower, whether that's a snack, going outside for fresh air, so that you can also teach yourself that it is sometimes challenging to feel our emotions, but there's supports through it. You have your breath, you have the movement, you have a warm beverage, you can play music if you'd like. And then afterwards, there's support too. That is something so needed for your body, for your brain to feel more at ease with expressing like this, to know like, okay, there's like this peak, there's always a peak of emotions, and then it always goes down, and there's support during and after. And that's a very beautiful practice and a very beautiful thing to teach yourself again. Another tip that could help is playing sad music or watching a sad show to get that initiated. But then the moment you start crying, I invite you to either, if you're watching a show, to pause it, and then to focus on your own experience. Okay, I believe that is all that I want to share today. If you need more support, I do facilitate a monthly virtual somatic support session through my Patreon, and I also do one-on-one somatic expression sessions. I thank you for the moment that we shared together, for your presence, and I hope that this was supportive to you. I hope you have a sweet and supportive rest of your day. Thank you.